Hey, good morning, Bearsville. My name is Mr. Janis, and today is Friday, September the 10th. Happy birthday to Blaine and Mrs. Starr's class. And on Saturday, we'd like to wish a happy birthday to Gavin from Mrs. Shrum's class. And on Sunday, I'd like to wish a special happy birthday to Yusuf Butterfingers Sumler in Mrs. Brohart's class. And I'd also like to say happy birthday to my friend Eli in Mrs. Ecker's room. And don't forget about Travis in Mrs. Starr's class. Happy birthday to one and all.
Our animal this month is a seahorse. Adult seahorses eat 30 to 50 times a day. Seahorse fry, that's what we call a baby seahorse, eat a staggering 3,000 pieces of food per day. Now, to be a seahorse and eat takes some initiative. These animals see what needs to be done and do it.
Today in history. We're going to do Today in history a little different today, ladies and gentlemen. We're actually going to focus on tomorrow, which is September 11th, also known as Patriot Day. On September 11th, 2001, which was 20 years ago, at approximately 8:45 a.m., a Boeing 767 crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York City. 18 minutes later, a second plane, United Airlines Flight 175, crashed into the other tower, known as the South Tower, on the 60th floor. At this point, we realized that America was under attack. As millions watched in horror the events unfolding in New York City, American Airlines Flight 77 circled over downtown Washington, D.C. and slammed into the west side of the Pentagon military headquarters at 9:45 a.m. Because of the fire from the jet fuel, there was a structural collapse of the portion of the giant concrete building. Meanwhile, a fourth California-bound plane, United Flight 93, was hijacked about 40 minutes after leaving Newark International Airport in New Jersey. Because the plane had been delayed in taking off, passengers on board learned of events in New York City and Washington, D.C. by cell phone and airphone calls to the ground. Knowing that the aircraft was not returning to the airport, as hijackers claim, a group of passengers and flight attendants decided to overtake the hijackers. The passengers fought and are suspected to have attacked the cockpit with a fire extinguisher. The plane then flipped over and sped toward the ground at upwards of 500 miles per hour, crashing into a field in western Pennsylvania at 10:10 a.m. Its intended target is not known, but theories included the White House, the U.S. Capitol, or even Camp David presidential retreat in Maryland. Later that night at 7 p.m., President George W. Bush, who had spent the day being shuttled around the country because of security concerns, returned to the White House. At 9 p.m., he delivered a televised address from the Oval Office declaring, "Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America. These acts shatter steel, but they cannot dent the steel of American resolve." In reference to the eventual U.S. military response, he declared, "We will make no distinction between the terrorists who committed these acts and those who harbor them." At this time, I am asking everyone at Bearsville to just take a moment of silence and remember those that were killed on that terrible day 20 years ago. Also remember those who have fought for our freedom so that we can be a wonderful country. At this time, please take that moment of silence. Thank you for participating in that.
Hey, Bearsville, we just want to go ahead and conclude our announcements here this morning. We hope that you have a fantastic day learning. But before we do, we want to just go over our Bearsville expectations.
Strive to do your best.
Take responsibility for your actions.
Always be safe.
And respect people and property. And at this time, please stand for the national anthem, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance directed by your teacher.
and have a great day.